finances, and because we are younger, we have a greater appetite for risk because we're not retiring in the next few years. We can afford to take on a couple of extra risks.
Yeah.
But,
I think, more okay with the risk than I am. I mean, I just don't understand some of the risks I get into. Like,
yeah.
learning more about
I accept
finance.
it.
Yeah.
I think I'm good at accepting the risk, and if all the money that I had invested was taken away from me now, it wouldn't affect me. I would still say yes to going out to dinner with whoever it is. It wouldn't affect me day to day because what I do day to day is based on the cash flow.
Yeah.
So that's on the income I get paid. It doesn't affect... I don't want my money to be taken from me or to go just like that.
All right, everyone, take Luke's money. That's what he's saying. Yeah. He's fine with it. Just ask him for handouts. He'll give it to you.
But I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So I think... And by thinking like that, I don't enter into every investment like, oh, well, who gives a fuck if this goes to zero? But I'm aware that it very well could, or go close to zero. But I also think I balance the upside as well.
You got a bit of defense assets as opposed to all... What do they call it? There's defense assets and then there's... What are the other ones?
Yeah, aggressive, conservative.
Okay.
They talk about like balanced portfolios, which is where you're diversified.
Spread over. Yeah.
There's so many different opinions on the finance though, because you can talk about like I think they say the average millionaire has seven sources of income.
Jesus, okay.
So that's super diversified.
Yeah.
But then I think if you were to dig deeper into that, there's probably one of those 7 that accounts for 80%.
Right.
So a lot of them are big on one thing, and then they've got other things on the side.
Little things in the way.
But it's like, I guess, a billionaire's or a millionaire's side hustle. It doesn't account. And I think Warren Buffett was a guy who said diversification... No, it wasn't Warren Buffett. Someone has said...
Look it up, guys.
Actually, I will. But diversification is for... I don't actually know what the quote is. I don't know what I'm saying.
Diversify, it's safer, and more streams of income is better. It seems to make a lot of sense to me. When they talk about that, though, does that mean just investing in different things as different sources of income? Or is that just different in total? It's like investing is one of those sources of income.
What is it here? Just looking at some of the quotes. A lot of it's actually for diversification, but I also agree that by diversifying, you're actually also minimizing your returns. So, like, to explain that, and I can't find the person
It
who
makes
said
sense because if you have only limited things, more money is in that one thing. So if it does well, you'll get more returns.
Exactly.
Like that,
yeah.
it cancels out that potential.
It's a weird balance of you don't want all your eggs in one basket, and you don't want to get caught jumping into the river with both feet.
Yeah.
But you also want to be able to capitalize on the one thing that you know. And Elon Musk, hang on, I want to go on this tangent because then I was going to go anti it and play devil's advocate for a minute.
Go.
But if you had 10 different stocks that you're invested in, to actually make decent money and not your averaged index return of 8 to 10% per year, it's very hard for all 10 to go up. But if you were certain, because of the research you've done behind it, or you're investing in yourself, that this one thing you're doing is going to be the thing that's going to create your wealth, by pooling all your money into that is going to allow the 100x return, the big returns that come from building your own businesses. So that's the paradox to diversification.
Yeah.
Because by diversifying, you're also minimizing your potential returns. And it's very hard to make big returns by being diversified, but it's very hard to lose money.
Yeah, so it's that risk-reward ratio, like whether you want to risk it all or risk a lot more money just to get a lot more, or you're happy just getting little.
Exactly.
Yeah, I lean on the little improvements. I think that is my natural way of being in terms of the big risks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even get my head to think about that.
I feel like you're in a different position to me though, because you're not married, but you've got a partner,
Yeah,
a fairly long term partner, and she has a child. So effectively, you're in a family.
Yeah, a bit more stakes to taking the.
You've got
big
more
risks
responsibility
already.
than I do, who's just a lone ranger out here. So I guess there's more for you to consider than there is for me.
Yeah.
My actions only impact myself, so it's easier to be selfish. Elon Musk, like, have you heard the famous story of Elon Musk when he had, I think, Tesla, SpaceX, and there was maybe a third company on the line.
The Boring Company, or is it a different one?
I don't know.
PayPal.
I think it was after PayPal, but where he was saying that it was dead broke and he only had a certain amount of money left, and he compared each company like one of his childs, and you don't want to let one of your child starve.
Yeah.
So, but he only had a certain amount of money. It was his last couple of million, say,
Ugh.
and he was, do you give it all to one, or do you split it up, or all to the other? And he ended up giving it to both. So he diversified, and SpaceX, Tesla, both way bigger than they were when this story came around.
Yeah. So
There's
successful people do
yeah.
like. He knows what he's doing when he's talking about
Elon Musk is
spreading-
different.
Yeah,
I think when you
compared to
actually
some-
work
I know
24
it was.
hours a day, like
Yeah.
you can pull things off that most people can't, because you're doing
You're
more
working.
than everyone else.
Yeah.
Which is like the not the The Rock, the Kevin Hart.
Back
Like,
to
these
that,
guys
yeah.
are just putting out more than others. They're spending more time doing things.